Welcome back to Low Country View of Hilton Head. I'm your host, of course, Earl Yates. For the second half of my show, I will have on Cindy Chiappetta and Gabriella Hoffman. They're both from the Art League of Hilton Head, and basically they've done a move very recently, which we'll speak about, and also the museum in itself. So without further time being wasted, Cindy,
All right.
how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Okay, now you spoke earlier about the move, that of course it was in the papers and everything, the anticipation of everyone having your fabulous museum moved to the mall, but now you find yourself in a complete different venue.
Right.
So how did that go over?
Well, it happened pretty quickly. I mean, last year at this time we were looking forward to a move into the mall space in Shelter Cove, which was a space that was going to be provided by the mall owners for a nonprofit. We were awarded that space and spent the better part of last year planning how we would utilize it. The space was quite a bit bigger than what we're in right now, and there had also been a lot of discussion. We ran some focus groups within the group to see whether or not it wasn't time to kind of reinvent the Art League. We have a over 35-year history here on the island. It began way back with just a handful of artists who used to meet down in the Red Piano Gallery, which still exists down on Cordillo Parkway. And I guess the group has grown over the years and changed in some ways, and in many ways the mission has stayed pretty much the same. We're all about providing an exhibition space for our artists, as well as providing education and partnering with other cultural groups in the community to provide an understanding of the visual arts and what it's all about. So with that in mind, we went to the membership and talked about different things that we might want to do going forward to reinvent the Art League in some ways, update it, if you will, bring it more into the 21st century. And the kind of techie space that was going to be provided for us in the mall sort of lent itself to some of the things that we were thinking about. As the summer wore on, however, that did not come to pass for a number of reasons, some of them just legal reasons and financial reasons. And in the fall, we were sitting there going, well, what are we going to do? Are we going to stay put? Our lease was running out at Pineland. We had looked at some other venues, some other possibilities, and I believe it was one of our board members who said, well, let's talk to the Art Center again. It had been brought up before that we might partner with the Art Center and take over their gallery space, and I think they were looking for a new business plan, if you will, and I think they didn't approach us at the time because it was sort of a given that we were going to be moving into the mall. Well, one thing led to another, and inside of 6 weeks, we've moved our gallery space from the Pineland Station into the Walter Greer Gallery in the Arts Center. We opened on December 1st with along with Hello Dolly with our Christmas show. Nice. And yeah, and we had a fabulous turnout. I think our artists are just ecstatic over the move. I mean, there isn't a better exhibition space on the island than the Greer Gallery, so we're very happy to have a new home there.
Well, I don't think there could be a better place for you. I mean, yeah. Things tend, when you work hard and have good focus, to end up in the right place, rather than not we think we know what we're doing or not. You know, and it works out that way. We get our blessings. And for you, Gabriella, of course, we spoke first when you wanted to have William on the show.
Right.
And I called you back to have you on the show because, wow, you know, William was such an inspiration in his art that, of course, I knew that there had to have been so much more going on than just that one program. What can we look forward to in the Art League as far as the next couple months through, let's say, January or so?
Well, we are thrilled to be at the Walter Greer Gallery at the Art Center for the Art League Gallery. Our current show features a lot of small works and miniatures and gorgeous jewelry like this, great gift ideas for the upcoming holidays. Then please watch for our January 8th opening with champagne. And we're proud to host the Gala Show during the month of February. We have a lot of plans for this gorgeous 2,000 square foot state-of-the-art gallery space. We're planning to establish a visual resource center for those locals and residents who are not totally wired yet with their iPhones and droids, there will be a computer on hand where they can plan their arts activities for the day or for their vacation stay, be it one day or a week on Hilton Head. And for those who are wired, they can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and we will inform them of our how-to lectures and current events. We have about 160 active artists exhibiting at the Art League Gallery. And we also have a very sophisticated art school, the Art Academy on Condeo Parkway. And many of our artists who exhibit at the gallery teach at the Art Academy.
Wow.
So it's a perfect way to focus on your art and inspire yourself and improve your work. And I forgot to mention, in May, we're also hosting the National Juried Show. The last time we had it, it inspired people from Italy and Asia to apply.
Wow.
And it has a national scope, obviously, and draws a great many visitors to the Art Center.
Well, with all that, I mean, you spoke earlier about how you actually have how-to classes. So this, I take it, is no different than if you go to Home Depot and on the weekends in the summer, they have how to put down tile or whatever. So you're actually having art classes.
Yes, and we're hoping to be able to show little blurbs on YouTube where people can sample what they're interested in and then come either to the Art Academy or to an event at the gallery. And we're planning on numerous events that will combine more than one art form. Of course, the visual arts combined with, say, food. Everybody loves to eat, right?
Absolutely.
Or arts and travel to wonderful countries like Italy, France, or Spain. And arts and literature, arts and music, and maybe arts and your pet portraits, or arts and golf,
Wow.
of all things.
Oh, that is certainly a popular,
Yes,
popular thing here. So, yeah, it'd be pretty good to have someone that had the
I
background.
think so. It should attract a lot of people that otherwise may not think of coming to a gallery.
You're right, you're right. Now, Cindy, you spoke earlier how this all started, I guess, as basically a dream of a lot of artists and people who have that passion for art out of the red piano.
Right.
How much organization as far as outside business influence have you had in this, as far as having people donate space and things like that? Because you think of art as, you know, definitely someone needing a lot of inspiration behind.
Right. Well, I think it's the artists themselves who really banded together and liked to converse about their work and then to share it and of course exhibit it, and there's always the selling factor of it, but I think over time most people rally behind the arts, I think, in a community as far as knowing what kind of help they need. It's an important part of our life, culturally, spiritually even. I feel the arts are one of the things that kind of elevates us above, if we take part in them, whether it be dance or music or the visual arts, theater. And Hilton Head has really become, I think, an arts destination. It's one of the things that the town has continued to focus on to try to enhance that image. We're in kind of an arts enclave down here, if you will. I mean, when you think of what goes on, the number of galleries in Charleston and in Beaufort now, and with Savannah College of Art and Design in Savannah, Hilton Head. I mean, if you wanted to get involved in that, and maybe you're married to somebody who doesn't, who just would rather come down and play golf, but if you enjoy that, what better place to come and spend some time here and then explore the arts that are available in all those areas. So I think Hilton Head is very well placed, to be part of the action that's going on, and it's been, it's been proven really that a lot of people at this point do look for that in their travels. They look to see something beyond just a pretty place to sit down and relax. They like things to do, and culturally, I think we're very well placed for that. So. I think that's what we hope to see ourselves doing is creating a lot more events and activities within the gallery space, not only to generate traffic in the gallery, but also to enhance visitors' cultural experience when they come here.
Well, I think that's a perfect thing. I've lived in different areas of the United States and even traveled throughout Europe, and one of the things that you always notice about an area is how much influence it has on art. Our art has influence on that area. And being in a very affluent area like we are on Hilton Head, it's always been a shame to not have something like the Art League having night events and bringing people through, because everyone wants a good cultural experience every once in a while, and what better way to do it than through art.
That's right.
Cindy, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Gabriella, thank you for everything.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, it was my pleasure, I promise. This has been Low Country View, and of course our last guests, Cindy and Gabriella, have been from the Art League of Hilton Head. I think it's a wonderful thing for us to have at a very ready time for art to bloom, definitely with everything going on, and what better place for it to be than the Art Center. Well, this has been Low Country View, and I'm your host, Earl Yates. Have a good night.
Okay.
That's it.